Smiley Morning Show.
So I'm duty bound to be here to simply say that it is your duty not to burn your own house down for anger with an enemy. It is your duty to fortify your own house so that you may be a house of refuge in times of organization. And now is the time to plot, plan, strategize, organize, and mobilize.
Man, now you just heard you have heard those powerful words all week. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a good friend of the show. Y'all give it up. Killer Mike, y'all.
Yeah, Killer Mike.
Yeah.
Hey,
good morning, everybody.
Man, good morning, Mike. Man, thank you so much for joining us this morning, man. I know it's been a crazy week, almost a week since you made that powerful speech in Atlanta. And, today is a day of mourning as the George Floyd family lays their loved one to rest. What are your thoughts on the progress that we've made this week?
First of all, just, my sincere love and respect to not only Mr. Floyd, but Breonna, and all the victims of state-sponsored violence. I think that we owe it to their memories to continue to fight for the betterment of the regular citizen in this country. In the last week, I thought I'd be celebrating a record dropping this week, and I ended up commiserating, a black person dying, and that just hurts, man. We gotta hold government accountable, to hold officers accountable that are rogue. Man. So it's been an interesting week. I apologize for not being able to come last week, as I was just overwhelmed, and then Shay's birthday was the weekend. But I love you guys, and I'm glad to be here today.
No, Mike. I totally understand, and I was telling Beyonce, I was like, just whenever he ready, we hear, because that was overwhelming, because I saw it in your face when you was on CNN. And now Tuesday you hosted a virtual meeting with community leaders around the country.
Yeah,
what were some of the best ways discussed to handle systemic racism in our community?
Well, I'm going to localize things, because I tell people, like, a lot of times we talk about things nationally or we argue national perspectives. I'm from Georgia. My family's from Alabama. My family's from Tuskegee, Alabama. So self-sufficiency is something that was just drilled into me as a child. We got sent to a farm every summer. We got taught the importance of education at HBCUs with Tuskegee University. And so my family was fiercely independent. They moved to Atlanta and settled in Atlanta because it was a city where black people could make a way and could have something. And that's what's happened over the course of the last 100 years in Atlanta, which lands me here. So for me, my responsibility locally is to make sure that Atlanta is a place where people who look like me, black people, I'm not talking about people of color in any coalitions, I'm talking about black people, have an opportunity to work themselves from poor to working class, and working class to middle class, and hopefully from middle class to wealth. We know this city's not perfect. It could do a lot better, but I do know that opportunity abounds here. So my speech was directly to Atlantans, because I want to make sure that we remain a haven where black people can move to and change their life. Whether that's my brothers moving down off the East Coast, my people coming in from Africa and the Caribbean, or just people moving in from various parts of the South. So I want people to look toward the New Georgia Project, to get registered to vote, to participate in the census, and to hit the ground to plot, plan, strategize, organize, and mobilize on how to make sure government is listening to you and you're holding government accountable for doing what they say they're going to do.
Mike, would you ever consider running for any public office?
I'm considering. I have a record that's out. I'm going to promote it. I'm going to keep singing and dancing for the next few years. And it's, my wife, y'all know Shay, my wife. She a country girl. She's from the projects in Savannah. My wife tells me all the time, boy, your job is singing and dancing for people, and you help on your off day.
Man, okay.
So I figure when I get a little more gray and I get into my 50s, maybe I'll run for school board to get angry enough to run for city council. But right now, I think my job is to magnify the message of the people on the streets through my music.
Man, people, I just want you to know, if anybody ever told you, man, people really look up to you. They love you. I'm one of them. They respect you and everything. And man, when you sat there and gave that speech next to the mayor and the police chief, it was so powerful. It gave everybody chills, man. And I just would really hope that you would just consider something, because the young people love and respect you, and everybody listen to you. Everybody wants you on their radio show, giving commentary, news channels, or whatever. You have a powerful voice, and you're so talented and so awesome. And I need a haircut, by the way.
I got you. The swag shop will be opening back up soon, and I'll send a barber to your home if you like. Let me say to young people this right now, though. I want to tell young people the most important thing you can do for your people is to be individually the best you can be. Get the best grades you can. Go to trade school. Get the best trades you can. Go to college. Get the best education you can. If all of us are strong, then we can handle holding us equal. And if all of us do a little bit, none of us have to do a lot. You are the most important person in your life. I need you to love yourself, fall in love with yourself, because you're a credit to your race when you do, and you help us be stronger. I need black politicians to know that we know that politics is a money game, and oftentimes our community doesn't have the financial support, but we got the votes, and we can leverage it in places like Atlanta, Jacksonville, Macon, Tuskegee, Savannah. So get with your people, and let's figure out those small donation campaigns like the Sanders campaign ran that helped him rival the money making of some of the larger donors. Let's make sure that as a community we support the politicians that support us, whether that's city council or alderman or ward chief. Let's make sure that we support the people who really are about us, man. And just as a community, let's make sure that even if we have disagreements, because there's a lot of people don't agree with Killer Mike. There's a lot of people don't like Killer Mike. They think it should be done this way or that way. There are many paths to freedom, and I might just be on a different bus than you, but I'm not going to publicly tear down another black person. I'm not going to try to slander you in the public, and I'm wary and I'm watchful of people who do, because we've seen that be unsuccessful before. So if you do it, I'm figuring either you're an agent or you're just a person that's not getting attention. But I'm thinking that's for a living. I get enough attention. I give attention to you. Just do the work.
Absolutely, man. And yesterday you dropped Run the Jewels RTJ4. It is definitely timely with everything that's going on. What can lyrical fans expect?
They can expect some of the best Southern and Northern lyricism they ever heard. My rap partner, for those who may not know, is a guy named LP. He's a white guy from Brooklyn. We're the exact same age, grew up in the exact same golden era of hip-hop, and we are lyrical beasts and monsters, and we got a jamming record. So whether it's our first single, Ooh La La, or Out of Sight with 2 Chainz, or Just Money with Pharrell and Zach De La Rocha, we got Mavis Staples on the album. It's just an incredible album. And I'm going to say, when people, I know people who may not have heard us before say, well, what's it like? If you like Goody Mob and Outkast, you're going to like this. If you like EPMD, and if you like EPMD and 8 Ball MJG, you're going to like this. We're one of the best rap groups in the world today, and I say that with no modesty attached. I'm dead serious about holding my chest out, and I hope that you guys enjoy, because there's actually a reference in which I'm talking about the cops killing a man and saying, hearing his voice go from a shriek to whisper, I can't breathe. I wrote that in November 19, and it's relevant right now today. So I pray that you guys get the record. Oh, and I want to tell you, your record is free. So you can go on, you can download the record for free, and there's also an attachment where if you would like to donate to a Lawyers Guilded fund that helps free people like protesters that are out there, we've already raised $100,000 within the first day of the album dropping. So so you can choose to buy it or you can download it for free. You can donate it if you want to, but just know that it's going somewhere good. It's going to the National Lawyers Defense Guild donation. And we've already raised $100K, and hopefully that frees some people so they can keep fighting for us another day.
Killer Mike, you awesome, bro. You awesome.
Hey, Mike.
Yes?
Mike, between me, Brad, Eva, Gary with the T, Rickey, Smiley Morning Show, we got 5 on it, $5,000.
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate it. And let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you guys something. There's an organization called Next Level Boys Academy in Atlanta, Georgia. And Rickey, I want you to speak to the boys, and I want us to send some grassroots donations there too. So I would challenge you guys to split the $5,000 between the National Lawyers Defense Guild and Next Level Boys Academy, because Next Level Boys Academy is doing the work to keep boys out of jail and on a positive aspect right here in Atlanta.
Come on,
Mike. Hey, Mike, text me that. Mike, text me that information. Love you, man. Y'all give it up. Show your love. One and only Killer Mike.
Mike.
Bye, guys.